Well, I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by our next guest. She is the incredibly talented singer and songwriter Simone White. Her track, the Beep Beep song, is currently being used in the Audi ad, and it's taken from her album I Am the Man. She's on the line to me right now from LA, having already done 2 interviews before breakfast. Simone, good to have you with us. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And thanks for joining us. The second interview before breakfast. God, everybody wants you, don't they?
Well, the Audi ad has really stepped up all the interest and generated a lot of phone calls, and yes, I guess that's true.
I mean, precisely. I mean, that's how I guess most people over here in the UK know you. It's from that Audi ad. The Beep Beep song, of course, is used on that ad. I mean, how did that come about?
I got an email from a guy who just said, "Oh, I'd like to pitch your song for this ad. Who's your manager? Who's dealing with it?" I came out of the blue, and I was like, "Yeah, sure. What's it for?" And he said, "It's for a car." And then I didn't really hear much about it, and then suddenly it was happening. It all happened very quickly, and I was on tour in the UK, so I got to be there when it started. And when they started playing it, and the last few shows that I played, when I would play the Beep Beep song, people would kind of whisper to each other, and then a few times people started singing along, and it was really funny. It was great.
That ad has been used a lot in the UK. I mean, it's not just an ad that's been on, a couple of times, at midnight, has it? I mean, it's been used on some pretty major campaigns. In the rugby, it was on for that, and it's always on a high sort of profile times at prime time. So, I mean, I guess the interest in you from that has increased dramatically.
I think I made it out of the UK and got back to America before it got really too hot. People were still, like, they kind of heard it and they didn't know where from, and they would say, "Hey, is that in the charts? Why does that sound familiar?" And then because it was just at the very beginning when they were playing it, so I haven't been back since, but I'll be coming back in the spring, April. And I'm looking forward to sing-along Beep Beep songs with everybody.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to having you back over here. Tell us a little bit about the Beep Beep song. I mean, it's a beautiful song. You have an absolutely gorgeous voice.
Oh, compliments.
Well, deserved, I think, Simone. It's a really, really lovely voice and a beautiful song. What inspired you to write it? How did it come about? How long did it take to write? Was it one of those ones that you just sort of whipped off in 2 minutes?
It did sort of spring fully formed. I was saying goodbye to a boy that I liked, and it wasn't meant to be. I was probably never going to see him again. And there was a sound outside of 2 cars beeping in perfect time, back and forth, and the sound of the different horns was, I don't know, I can't say what notes they were, but they ended up being the notes, the first 2, the guitar notes in the song that goes ding, 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 and it sounded exactly like that. And I said, "Wow, that's amazing, I'm going to write a song about that." And he said, "No, I am." And I said, "Well, we'll see who does it first." and then I sat down that day and wrote, and it just sort of came out very, very fully formed, and all the lyrics just kind of popped out. And it was inspired by, I don't want to say it was about him, because it ended up being a lot sort of bigger, I think more pure emotionally. But it was inspired by that moment, and so it was great that it ended up being in a car ad, because it sort of came from cars. And it was one of those easy songs. I have others that I've worked on for months on end and perfecting and getting the words right, and those, I don't know, it's just there. I was quite happy, and I liked it that it was really short. A lot of people have said, "Oh, it's too short, you have to make it longer, you should re-record it, add some verses, repeat that," And I like short songs, and I liked especially the way it just kind of went and then stops, and there you have it.
It's a really beautiful song, and it's interesting that you say you wrote it, so quickly. It's difficult to believe that a song as lovely as that could be written so quickly. It's one of those strange things, I guess.
It is strange. It's very mysterious to me how songs are written at all, and I try not to think too much about it, because when I'm not writing, if I think, oh no, when am I going to write a song, then it's like you can't chase it. I was really happy when I wrote the BB song, because it was the first truly happy song that I wrote, or that I felt that it was very happy. And so, I had something to end my set with on an upbeat note, instead of like another kind of sad love song or political song, or, like very slow. And, here was this like kind of poppy thing that I could bring out that would make people smile, and I was so it was. There you go.
It's interesting that you say that about it, being a happier song, and I guess it's strange that it's a happy song that came from possibly, what was a sad moment. But if you listen to a lot of your songs on the album, I Am the Man, there's a lot of melancholy in there, isn't there? I mean, are you generally a sad person? I mean, do you mope around looking at the floor? Is life terrible?
No, I'm a really happy person. I think it's just easier to write sad songs.
There's quite a lot of sort of political feelings that come out in your song as well. I mean, is that deliberate? Do you think, right, I'm going to write a song about the war now because I feel I should, or does it just come out?
Oh no, it just comes out. I mean, the last thing I want to do is preach to anybody, and so it comes out of a feeling of wanting to express something, and then I do try to make it so that it's not like, oh no, another depressing song about the war or about what we're doing to the environment or whatever, but those things are really important to me, and they're what moves me, and so I guess I write about things that do move me.
And the full interview of me, Giles McMullen, speaking to Simone White, can be heard at financialradio.co.uk.
Take the lead, 'cause love is all we need.